Hey everybody, I'm back. I am sorry I missed last week. It was my first miss in 3 years. It was a holiday weekend. I was doing a little vacation things and time got away from me. However, a whole new bunch of events happened this week, starting with the death of Queen Elizabeth. Now, I don't know why in America we are so enthralled about the Queen because we fought a war to get away from the monarchy. So, I'm not really sure. However, the old biddy seemed to be a nice person. She was loved worldwide. I know there's some problems with the genetics. She did marry her cousin. So that's that. They made a big deal about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle fighting racism and went to the funeral of Harry's grandmother. And she was mad that they didn't call her child Prince. Well, they got themselves away from the royal family. However, the funny thing is they keep talking about her being a woman of color. And I have to tell you something. I may be a little ignorant on it. She doesn't look like a woman of color to me. I thought she was some pretty girl carrying around briefcase 24 all these years. I would have known she was black unless she told me. And you had to tell me. But apparently she's fighting some massive racism who was able to marry the Prince of England. And now she's a gazillionaire. Lives the life of leisure. But the oppression, I'll tell you that, it's crazy. Then we have good old Joe Biden. He's going to the funeral. I heard he loves Queen. Loved the Queen. His favorite song was Fat Bottom Girls. He'll be listening to the Queen all the way over there. He's going to go over there. I'm sure he's going to embarrass us in some way because he doesn't even know what's land he is. He must see her dying and think, the bells and whistles must be going off. Those handlers have to really take care of him so he doesn't go into a state of depression and start thinking about his life. Really bizarre. Really is. And then we have King Charles. King Charles III gives a speech about being the new king and what he's going to do. It's broadcast on NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, broadcast everywhere. These are the same channels that didn't broadcast the president's speech. Now, I didn't care about listening to the president's speech, but isn't it odd that we broadcast the King of England's speech and not the president? What is that telling you about what's going on in this country? We're going to hell in a handbasket, and we're going awfully quickly. I think Joe and Kamala are doing all they can to destroy America. They really are. And start with the black folk. Hey, listen, black folk, when are you going to stop tolerating the fact that Joe Biden thinks you're morons? That how long are you going to listen to this? That you are unable to get an ID? I mean, I know plenty of black folk. They all have ID, and if I said you weren't able to get an ID, you know what? They probably wouldn't be my friend anymore because it would be like me calling them dumb. It's not a group of dumb people at all. Black folk are a smart group of individual people, kind, good human beings. They certainly can get IDs. I don't know what the problem is here. I'm telling you. Does anyone care what the United Nations has to say about our country? They came out the other day and made a statement. The statement said that the largest group in the United States for unwanted pregnancies are blacks. And the United States needs to do something to take care of the problem. Do something. Last time I checked, you can go into any grocery store, pharmacy, drugstore, a big box store, and you could buy condoms. I'm telling you. Or you can go to the doctor and get birth control, anything. So I don't know what the government has to do to stop unwanted pregnancies. How about this? Buy a condom, stop having sex. It really isn't that difficult. I mean, really. And then, again, with more Biden money to Ukraine. Now, this is a great one. Ukraine has requested over $1.5 billion more dollars to help buy gas. Yeah, to help buy gas. The same gas that's still up. They'll keep talking, Joe's bringing the prices down. It's still up so much than when it was when he was sworn in. It was $2.05. We're still close to $2 over the price it was before he was president. But he's doing a great job. He's bringing it down. And we're going to give Ukraine $1.5 billion so they can buy some gas. It really makes no sense to me. Then we had Joe Biden's press secretary. Clearly young enough to have learned the new math. She said that the Biden administration has created 10,000 million new jobs. 10,000 million. Gotta be the new math, man. I just don't understand. Instead of Joe getting the people who fit the positions, He's just finding minorities to check off boxes to put in these positions. He really wants the rainbow coalition at every single level of government, at every position. So I did the first. I get the first. My guess, he can't even remember their names. Somebody tells him what box they fit in. He says, that's the one for me. And then they ask for his vanilla ice cream as he's sundown on the North Lawn. And we're going again. We had Kamala. Kamala's on a tear. She's talking about the rights of illegals under the Constitution. What rights do illegal aliens, illegal immigrants, or non-Americans have under the United States Constitution written for Americans? And I'm not really sure. Big thing, there was a whole group of people who drowned trying to cross the Rio Grande. They don't know how to stop it. I know how to stop it. Stop it from crossing. Maybe take some swimming lessons. Close it down. I don't know. Enter the country legally on land. You enter on land and don't go through water, you have zero chance of drowning. I'm just saying. You can't drown crossing a normal border crossing where it's legal to cross. You take your chances in the Rio Grande, you can't swim, you may drown. It really, this isn't science. It really isn't. It's just simple fact. Factual information. No water, no drowning. Now, found talking more and more about the FBI raid, the warrant down in Trump's place down there in Florida, and they raided 16-year-old Barron Trump's room and apparently destroyed the whole room. However, 52-year-old Hunter Biden, who has porn, drugs, and God only knows what on a laptop, he's off limits. 52 off limits, but that 16-year-old, he's the one with the nuclear secrets. He's selling them to his little friends to get more cartridges to play War of Duty. I don't know what he's doing here. You kidding me here? What are we doing? I said I'd get back to Kamala. Now, Kamala's more word soup this week, and this is what she had to say this week. Today is the business of our work is for the council to report on work that has occurred since our last meeting. We will today discuss the work and get ahead of the work we must do. Can we press 1 for English? I mean, really? And if this was a drinking game and we use the word work, there's 5 works. So I'm just going to take one big drink. It's amazing. She is our vice president. Why? Because Joe had to check off a box. He hit 2. He hit black folk and female. First. There you go. So he got a lot of things covered with Kamala. But yes, we're putting the best people in office. She can't put a sentence together, and she's not as senile like Joe. She's just, I don't even know how to explain it. Now, New York City, they're fixing gun violence. They're posting more places you can't carry guns. So there are more gun-free zones. Because we all know criminals and drug addicts and people that don't obey the law in any way, shape, or form, they're going to go, oh, this is a no-gun zone? I'm not going to shoot anybody here. I'll pass up. If you're going to go with the intent of shooting somebody, a sign's not going to stop you. A zone is not going to stop you. I don't know. How about stop releasing these people and letting them go? I got one for you. I had to look this up because up in Illinois, this is a real thing. As of January 1st, 2023, justice reform. These are things. Justice reform that you will be released without bail. Aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder, and threatening a public official. All non-detainable offenses. You can let somebody go. So you can kidnap children in Illinois and be let go, not detained. You could second-degree murder, not detained. You could threaten a public official, not detained. You know where the criminals need to go? Illinois. Nobody's going to hold on to them. That's even worse than the New York non-detainable stuff right now. What is the world coming to? Detain criminals, there'll be less crime. Really, again, not very difficult to fathom. This is really very easy, basic information that's making my brain explode. Somebody should get me in office. Get me on one of these shows. I don't understand because I got a lot to say. I missed last week, so I got a little more this week. Day. Duke, volleyball player, woman of color, playing at BYU, said she heard someone calling her the N-word as she was serving. Not one other person in a stadium that's holding about 3,000 to 5,000 people heard it. Not one. There's video, there's audio. None of her teammates heard it. She is the only one that heard it. BYU, who they're playing, did a big investigation. They listened to audio, they listened to video, they looked at the guy that was accused. Nothing. He didn't say a word. They couldn't find one person, one video, nothing that resembled any racial, disgusting words. What is her penalty for this divicity? What is her penalty? What is her penalty for being the next Jussie Smollett? You want to know why racism continues to prevail? Because we have lying, scheming people on both sides of the aisle trying to do this. Let's just be nice to each other. And how about this? Honesty, the best policy. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. Gen X, old-fashioned. We were honest and got an ass-whipping for it. Now you don't want to be honest because you want somebody else to get an ass-whipping. Insane. Read a survey this week about a married man's fantasy, and it often includes his wife. My question is, did they survey the wives or the husbands? I'm a little confused about that one. A little confused. My God. America is becoming so bad, especially California, that the king of darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, said he needs to go back to England because the place is becoming a shithole. How bad is California? Give me a break here, man. Now, here we go. What do we got here? Read another article that school started, and I forget which state it was. They're saluting the bravery of teachers. Saluting the bravery of teachers because they're teaching students that are unmasked. You would think these teachers just stormed the beaches on Normandy. I don't even understand. Don't even understand. Now, here's one. Baldness is not genetics. Baldness is not genetics. Baldness is due to masturbation, smoking pot, stress, and alcohol. Everybody be bald. This is crazy. Now listen, go find somebody you love, give him a hug, give him a kiss, tell him you love him because tomorrow's not guaranteed. This is all nonsense. When you wake up tomorrow morning, hopefully everybody does. And today is September 11th. My cheers today is going to be all those who are lost, all those that helped. Because I know here, being in New York, I'll never forget the sight, the smell, the concern of people that I thought may have been lost and friends that I did lost. So today we raise up our glass, raise it up to all the survivors, all the people we lost, and everybody was involved in 9/11 for America. I'll tell you what, some people said America was never that great. I'll tell you something, it's the greatest country in the world. I'm proud to be American. I flare the American flag. Love you all. See you next week.